we fast approach the end of the second millennium and the beginning of the third, Channel 7 News looks at the last 100 years and the significant events that have shaped the century within the local area. The final century of this millennium began with the lordship of the manor being purchased by George Fidel Rowley of Priory Hill House, and it's remained with the family ever since. Local football fans will be aware of his generous lease terms for the site of the existing St Neots football ground. In 1934, St Neots yet again attained the heights of fame, with the first surviving multiple bertha quadruplets. Even to this day, the St Neots quads are remembered by many of the nation's more senior members. A nice gesture, although media cover in its usual accuracy forgot to mention that they were in fact born in Amesbury, interestingly enough, where St Neots itself was born. Many disasters have also befallen the residents of St Neots and the local district this century, particularly with fires early on. In 1905, Payne & Co.'s flour mill caught fire, threatening several other buildings in the market square. This was followed 4 years later, with the mill in Bedford Street being partly destroyed. In 1912, the paper mill was seriously damaged, and in 1929, the Pavilion Cinema at the Old Corn Exchange, and in 1930, the entire Eton Soken Church were gutted. However, from all this destruction, St Neots has risen, as it has throughout its history, like a phoenix from the flames, to become a thriving and expanding community. From barely 5,000 in 1900, expansion has taken place, slowly at first, with housing being added between the wars, to a catalogue of changes and developments that have happened at the latter part of the century. In the 1960s, the overspill from London brought in many Londoners who settled and quickly became accepted as St Neotonians. New houses and schools saw their influx benefit the whole community. This was soon followed by a new town bridge, the library, the Priory Centre and the beautifully laid out Riverside Park that has been host to many community events since its completion. Which brings Channel 7 News to the here and now. St Neots Market Square, refurbished only last year and the only and rightful place to be hosting the celebration of 1,000 years of St Neots and the end of this millennium.
St Neots Market Square, the largest party ever to have been held in the town. A party that could not have taken place without the huge amounts of time and effort put in by many members of the local community. We at Channel 7 would like to thank every one of the hundreds of people that have given up their time to putting this video together during the last 12 months. It only remains to thank you for being with us for the last 1,000 years and to wish you a very enjoyable rest of 1999. We at Channel 7 would like to be the first to wish you a very happy, successful and prosperous third millennium. We leave you now from some shots of St Neots as it stands today. This is Terry Aldis for Channel 7 News. Good night.